Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Mega Life 21, the hardest hitting internet talk radio station on the planet. I am James P. Madonna, your host, along with my co-host and mentor, the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman. How are you, sir, today?
Here.
Okay. We're coming to you live from the Newsletter Censored Research Center in northeastern New Jersey, and it is we had another smaller snowstorm, not the blizzard we had a week ago, but thank God it was a smaller snowstorm here in northeastern New Jersey. And I must say that the wonderful city workers, the people who drive the plow trucks, did another number one job. I'm being sarcastic.
Oh God.
It is Saturday, January 8th, right? 2010. 2011, I'm sorry. January 8th, 2011, the infamous countdown to 2012, the end of the Mayan calendar. Ooh.
Here we go.
I just like doing that. Ooh. Anyway, let me, speaking of the plow trucks, excuse me. Oh, by the way, the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman is a very well-established and excellent watercolor artist. And this is a self-portrait of himself, okay, which is to my left.
Right.
Excuse me? Well, it's my right.
Your right.
To my right. To my right.
Camera left.
To your left. You people that are watching. Okay. Excellent. So you'll get to see his work, which is available for sale depending on availability. Just go to one of our home pages, www.myspace.com/megalife21, or go to newslettercensored.com, the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman's website, and check out his watercolor gallery, the William J. Eisenman Collection. And email him if you're interested in a painting, depending on whether it's available or not. The bidding starts at $500 each. And that is, this painting obviously is available because it's right here next to me. Haha. Anyway. He gets his energy from this, like the old Dorian Gray movie, right? His power from it. Snow plowers, they suck. I heard on the news that the Department of Public Works, at least here in the New York metropolitan area in New York City and in the suburbs of northern New Jersey, some of the towns do a great job. Like Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey does a great job. They actually take the snow away in dump trucks and dump it into the Hackensack River. They take the snow away. But for the most part, I see the plow trucks and the guys who drive it, some of them make over $100,000 a year. Some of them even close to $200,000 a year. They go up and down the streets, wasting gas. They don't lower the plows, close to the street so they can actually do a good job of plowing, but they only plow the middle. And when the residents dig their cars out and they pull out and they leave the house, the plow trucks do not plow the sides. They just leave it in mounds. They have opportunity to get rid of the mounds of snow so we can restore our original parking spaces. Now, doesn't that make sense? If you're making $100,000 to $200,000 a year or $100,000 a year, that you do your fucking job.
But they don't have the leadership, I guess, to do that. I mean, someone on the top has to do that.
Well, local governments aren't the people that work in local government pretty much cronies?
I would say.
Anyway, I just want to mention something here. I want to congratulate the wonderful new show that I watched on the History Channel called The Prophets of Doom. Very fascinating. I think I sent you.
I didn't see it yet.
One or two of the videos. Really on the money, very similar in some ways to Jesse Ventura's conspiracy theory. And of course, the other 2 shows ago, we did a program about the fact that some politicians in Washington made True TV pull the one show about the FEMA camps. The concentration camps
Yep.
built all over the country? All right. With the
Yeah.
barbed wire facing in?
The exposing of our fascistic government marriage to corporations.
We will get into that. Believe me, we will get into that. The two-party system selling out the American voter to corporations, to the fat cats, and the global. Well, they want global control, but the corporate plutocracy that we have now in the United States, and that gentleman that was also on the money, Mr. Hedges. What was his name? Benson and Hedges.
Chris.
Oh, Chris Hedges.
Chris Hedges. Yeah.
All right, he has like a bow tie or whatever.
Yeah.
In the check out his video on YouTube. Anyway, recently, and you know, we don't usually dwell on current events because they come and go, but this I find a little interesting. A homeless man recently won the Mega Million lottery. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if it's the same homeless man that used to have a job in broadcasting, the gentleman with the very nice sounding voice, but a homeless man.
Ted something.
Yeah, but that the networks are fighting over because they want to hire him now because
he's something.
He's something. You know, he's on YouTube and he's a sensation on YouTube, maybe because he's a homeless man that, you know, has a nice voice that used to be in broadcasting. You know, a lot of it's luck. You know, people that become the sensation and end up all over TV and get invited.
The sensation, ain't he on Jersey Shore?
I was just gonna say, you know, a lot of it's luck. I mean, look at the show Jersey Shore, MTV's Jersey Shore. Stupid program. No rocket scientists whatsoever on that show, to say the least. And now they're all getting paid big bucks. I think like $15,000 per appearance. And then you have Snooki, you know, who's a cartoon character all unto herself. The one that Tony Testosterone
was on Ellen the other day.
had an encounter with, huh?
She was on the Ellen show.
Ellen DeGenerate?
Yeah.
Degenerate?
Yeah.
Degeneress, I'm sorry.
Yes.
And, you know, they're getting a lot of money. Even the DJ on the Jersey Shore, the DJ wants $40,000 for every job. Like if you want to hire him for your club, the DJ from Jersey Shore wants 40 grand. And I hear he's not all that good. But anyway, you got luck has a lot to do with monetary success in the United States. Being at the right place at the right time, knowing the right people, not necessarily based on merit and based on your intellect or based on your talent.
That's for sure.
Right?
That's for sure.
I mean, there are every aspect of celebrity status in America, every aspect of success is not always connected with talent, ability.
Brains.
Yeah, brains. You know, a lot of it is luck. A lot of it is knowing the right people. A lot of it is kissing ass or kissing front. Kissing front, if you know what I mean.
You see all the brainy people on Wall Street that brought our economy to its knees in 2008. Those are brainy people.
Well, brainy, dishonest people.
Well, greed does that to people, doesn't it?
Corruption, power, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I mean, the Goldman Sachs.
He who
brainy
makes
people.
haste to be rich shall not be innocent.
Say that again.
He who makes haste to be rich shall not be innocent.
Remember, that's from
Proverbs 28:20.
Proverbs 28:20. If you're going to pay attention to any part of this video, this is one of the highlights. Proverbs 28:20. Read it. Also, the Bible mentions the fact that the United States is not destined to succeed. It's destined to be destroyed from within, and it's not God bless America. America and Great Britain are under a curse by God. Okay, they are the modern day descendants of ancient Israel tribes, Ephraim and Manasseh. Excuse me for the noise. We have to put up with it, so we'll raise our voice.
Yes, it's a brand new heating system, and we're thankful for it, but
But it's
doesn't
noisy.
make a lot of noise.
Yeah, so just please raise the volume of your voice, sir, because I know it's going to kick in any second. Anyway, the homeless man wins big, Mega Millions, and everybody's up his ass. The media, everybody wants to interview him. Everybody wants to ask him nosy questions that are none of their fucking business. You know, I mean, this is what I would do. And of course, every Bernard Madoff that is in the world is going to try to contact this wealthy homeless man and try to tell him, including all these so-called certified financial planners.
There you go, yeah.
That know best, that know exactly how to manage your money, like the one that managed actor Nicolas Cage's money and made him go broke. I know he was, at the time, he was too lazy to manage his own money, his own funds, so he hired somebody to do it for him, and he totally wiped them out.
And he's unhappy about that.
Oh, of course he's unhappy about that. All of his movies now have to go to the IRS to pay the IRS off.
There you go.
So, you know, I just want you to learn a lesson. Just because you become a celebrity and a superstar and you're rich, that doesn't mean you got to get lazy and hire other people to run your life and manage your money.
And one thing you must do at first is change your telephone number.
Change your telephone number. But this is what I would say. Oh, by the way, I heard that Donald Trump wants to buy this homeless man a house. I don't know how true that is. I have to look into it. I mean, if Donald Trump wants to help a homeless man, instead of helping a homeless man,
I thought he's rich.
Instead of helping a homeless man who won the Mega $1 Million lottery, why doesn't he help homeless people that have no money?
That's usually the way it's supposed to be.
Like build some homeless shelters that are clean and decent, you know, or buy food for soup kitchens and stuff like that. You know, instead of course, if Donald Trump wants to do something with a homeless man who won the lottery, it's probably selfishly motivated. It's probably, he has a plan. He has a game plan, right, Reverend Bill?
Yeah, I would assume so.
There has to be something in it for him. It's always that way with the wealthy. You know, when they do something kind, you know, it's a big tax write-off. Like, you know, when corporate America, you know, complains about the cost.
Bill Gates and his foundation.
His foundations, Bill Gates, I hate his guts. You know, and you have like corporate America crying about the cost of labor and complaining about unions and all this, and banks going after poor people that can't pay their credit cards. The Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman said to me, all these things are
greed.
Well, no, a big tax write-off.
Oh, Jesus.
Right?
Not only a tax write-off, but these big companies get subsidies. They get tax benefits. They get all of this crapola.
Yeah, it's all a write-off.
Welfare for the rich.
Yeah, a Wall Street bailout.
But God forbid you should give $10 more on food stamps to the poor. Oh, the Republicans will go nuts.
Republicans like Chris Christie of New Jersey, they'll complain to high heavens about the little bit of fucking food stamps that the poor are getting, you know, or a Medicaid card to somebody making more than $800 a month. Heaven forbid somebody should get food stamps and a Medicaid card. Heaven forbid if a poor needy family should get like rent subsidy, Section 8. Oh, that's terrible. But it's okay for big elitist corporations, Wall Street bailouts, welfare for the rich. Oh, that's okay. Taxpayers' money going to them, or wasting money in the military.
And 60% of all corporations never paying taxes. And of course, the last 30 years, tax breaks for the rich. They've never paid their fair share, and they still keep complaining.
They bitch and moan about little drips and drabs.
They're the job producers. Well, where are all the jobs in the last 10 years with Bush's tax cuts? Show me them. They don't exist.
Tax.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're in China.
In India.
Singapore.
Well, now China.
Malaysia. That's where they are.
Tax cuts to the rich never was proven to create jobs in the United States.
That's correct. In the United States.
So Linda Lunchbox McMahon and all the other Republicans can go on and on all they want about we need to cut tax, we need to create jobs in America by cutting taxes from the rich. It's not going to happen. It doesn't happen. It's a lie. It's conservative propaganda. It's Tea Party bullshit that they've been lying to you middle class Tea Party protesters that voted for a Republican controlled Congress.
Did you see what they did the other day? Each one of them got up, the Republicans, and read a certain section of the Constitution.
Oh, they know the Constitution now?
Oh, wait now. They left out the part about slavery and the blacks being 3/5 of a human being. They conveniently left those things out.
Oh, Republicans also love when illegal immigrants work for them for practically nothing.
Oh, they want to sue the 14th Amendment, which says if you're born in this country, you are a citizen. Pure and simple. They want that changed.
Why? What does that mean?
That means if your mother is from Mexico, you cross the border,
and you're born here,
and you're born in Texas, you are a citizen. Automatic.
They want to change that.
Yes, they do.
You notice they want to go after illegal immigrants. They want to go after immigrants of color. They never talk about European immigrants.
And somebody from Stockholm or something.
So my mother was born and raised in the United States, so I'm safe, right?
Yeah.
You too.
Well, I don't know about safe with those FEMA camps.
With the FEMA camps, with the barbed wire pointing inward. But anyway, let me just finish up before we go on to politics, where the mainstream American people, the working stiffs, the tax burden people get dicked around. That's why I'm calling it politics. It's like polydent, you know, the dentures. Anyway, the homeless guy, this is what I would do. Okay, everybody's crawling up his ass, trying to tell him how to spend his money, asking him questions left and right that are none of their damn business. I'd open my door. Let's say I'm the homeless person that won the Mega Millions. Okay, I open my door. I say, gather around, everybody. Welcome. All the media, CNN, Fox News, major NBC, CBS, ABC, all the major networks, gather around me. Everybody here? Paparazzis in the back, are you here? Okay, listen, first of all, you asked me a question. What would I do with my money? First of all, it's nobody's fucking, hold on. It's nobody's fucking business what I do with my winnings. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you. Go fuck yourself. Honestly, seriously. Certified financial planners, you fucked over Nicolas Cage and made him go broke. All you Bernard Madoffs over there, you made off with everybody's life savings. You're not going to do it to me. I'm going to manage my own money. If I invest my money, I'm going to do it no load, like no load mutual fund, triple tax free. I'm going to be smart. You don't pay taxes on the interest. I'm going to do it the smart way, a conservative way. My money's going to be safe. I'm not going to pay a sales fee for somebody to rip me off and cause me to lose my fortune. Okay, again, another thing. So I'm going to change my number. I'm going to change my cell phone number and my landline at home. Maybe I'll move. Okay.
And that's good too.
And then I'm gonna buy 2 tough Rottweiler dogs, or maybe Bull Mastiffs or something, to keep people like you off my property. How's that sound?
You may need a bodyguard too.
Oh, I'm buying guns. You motherfucker! I'll get a real Russian AK-47. I'm not getting no little fucking 9mm Glock semi-auto. No, I want the real thing. I want the real thing. And Americans really do have the right to bear arms and form a militia. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Republicans like that, the right to bear arms. The NRA, all the hunters out there, like Sarah Palin, and that other crazy woman in Alaska that blew away a female moose that had 2 babies, that orphaned 2 baby mooses, whatever.
Who the hell was that?
She blew away a female moose out of season. It supposedly was not hunting season. She got arrested, and now we have.
Wasn't that Palin?
And no, it wasn't Palin. I was wishing it was Sarah Palin that did that, because she loves to blow away animals. She loves. She's got a. She looks orgasmic when she's blowing away caribou and elk and everything. Yeah, drill. Yeah. You know, stop. Who cares if it stops the Gulf Stream from flowing and plunges the world into an ice age? Drill, make that money, oil. She loves to blow away innocent animals that have no defense. Why don't you go try to... How come we never see Sarah Palin hunting Kodiak brown bear? You want to be a big shot? Do it without having your friends in the back with 1,000 other rifles. Okay, try to go hunt a Bengal tiger, you know, in India. See where
Dick Cheney with his domestic raised pigeons or whatever,
or
pheasants,
or
shoot some guy's face off,
or European wild boar. You know, where your first shot has to be accurate, otherwise maybe your last shot. You know, no, they don't do that. No. So anyway, the woman got arrested. Now we have two crying baby mooses. Poor things. They don't have a mother, because, and you know what? She didn't care if it was out of hunting season. The woman was totally showed no remorse. You know, she just
selfish. Get way of life. Simple.
Sounds like a conservative.
Greed. Yeah.
Sounds like a conservative Republican. Anyway, speaking of,
so where are the 2 moose?
Well, they had a hard time in Alaska finding a home, a refuge for these 2 orphan baby moose, because nobody wanted to take them on. Maybe because Alaska had a Republican governor who cut all the funds for wildlife protection, or maybe no-kill shelters, or maybe because the Republican governor was in there before, maybe even now. Sarah Palin cut all the funds, and there was nobody to take the baby orphan moose. Okay, similar to what Chris Christie's doing here in New Jersey, cutting everything for the little guy. You know, but the only thing he cuts for the rich is their taxes.
Exactly.
So of course
he did do that.
He did do that.
But
anyway, I'm glad to say somebody with a big heart finally took the 2 orphan moose. So this is what the Republicans do. There's no funding for anything, like, you know, most of New Jersey, especially South Jersey, Western New Jersey, didn't get plowed after the blizzard. Gee, I wonder why. Maybe no funding? You know, and why must a man driving a plow truck get like $200,000 a year?
Seniority, maybe he's been there a long time, he's got a high position.
Yeah.
But if you're going to complain about that, you got to complain about the politicians.
Now we're getting to politics. Politics. The Republican Congress that we have now, okay, with
crybaby Boehner,
with the new Weeper of the House,
and also bartender in the House,
Congressman. Bartender?
Yeah, because he drinks a lot, too.
He drinks a lot.
And he plays golf.
Like a WC, does he have Tip O'Neill nose, the big red nose on the end, that lights up like Rudolph?
I don't know, but
get away.
He's always got it covered with a Kleenex.
What does he say? He said, "Get away, you get away, you little bastard Democrats! You bother me. Get away from me." Yeah, right. With the red nose. Listen, Weeper of the House, Congressman Boehner, crybaby, you know, like Stan Laurel, every little thing, because the new law students in the school he went to will not have the opportunity to experience the so-called
be corrupt like he had,
fictitious myth, the American dream, and be corrupt and screw their way to the top and will not be able to experience all this money by, you know, maybe underhanded tactics. Okay, instead of crying for the veterans of the recent wars living in tents and not getting health care at the VA hospital, or the homeless, or the people with their federal extensions to unemployment running out, and people getting their homes foreclosed, poor families, middle-class families with children getting their homes foreclosed, and people having no social services at all to rely on. Oh no,
no jobs.
No jobs. Victims of a natural disaster, like let's say Haitian victims, earthquake, Katrina victims. No, he doesn't cry for any of that. He cries because the students in college today and in the law school he went to won't have the opportunity to be conservative, low-life bastards like him and screw their way to the top. Then he cries at the drop of a hat. Crocodile tears, they call that, right, Reverend Bill?
Oh, yeah. He's either a wimp or crocodile tears. Yes.
Crocodile tears. Now, Republican Congress...
If a Democrat did that, Fox News would be all up in arms and what a wimp he is.
Oh, anything. Listen, Democrats, according to Republicans who do not care about bipartisanship and compromise, and they do not care about fighting clean, you know, they fight dirty during elections. They will pick and pick like a woodpecker, like Woody Woodpecker. They will pick until there's nothing left, like a vulture. If a Democrat does anything out of the ordinary or wrong,
progressive
liberal Democrats, they will pick and pick and pick and pick, and they won't let up. And of course, the media gives them full coverage, full exposure, and we really don't hear from however little progressive liberal Democrats that are left. The media has a tendency not to put the camera and the microphone in front of them. You know, isn't that strange that happens? But anyway, okay. And of course, the people that are really honest and qualified, the independent candidates, are never invited to any political debate, whether it be senatorial, congressional, gubernatorial, or presidential. You never see any longer the independent candidates get invited like they used to get invited during the times when the League of Women Voters were in charge of the debates.
Yeah.
Isn't that strange that they don't get invited? But anyway...
Well, you know, the big candidates, they're all prepared by their PR firms, and that's what it's all about. They do not do thinking on their feet,
no,
so to speak, at a debate.
I
mean, that's what a debate is really all about, is the subject, and then the other guy's opinion, and then you think on your feet, and you come up with an answer. That's a debate. But if your answers are all prepared, the questions you already know, and then you got your prepared PR crap to answer.
Right.
What the hell a debate is that?
It's no debate.
That's not a debate.
Well, now thanks to all the conservative propaganda, Tea Party lies, and the stupid, gullible lemmings that, called the middle-class Tea Party protesters that want to blame Democrats and liberals, whatever, for all their problems, especially overtaxation. Thanks to these protesters, these lemmings, these fools, these deluded fools, now we have a conservative Republican-controlled Congress that will make Barack Obama's compassionate programs, whatever little he has left, you know, not work. Now, I am happy about one thing. I hear that the Democrats in the Senate want to get rid of the filibuster law.
Should have done it a long time ago.
Who started that? Was that Reagan?
I don't know. Reagan wouldn't start it. It was the Senate. They just came up with it.
The filibuster law.
They were too damn lazy to actually filibuster. So they came up with, it was Republicans, of course. They came up with the filibuster rule. If we got 60 people to say, we're going to filibuster, then you just automatically stop whatever you're trying to do. That's what it amounted to. In the old days, if you wanted a filibuster, you had a filibuster. You had to stand there for 24, 30, 40, 50 hours and yak.
But they're too lazy to do that.
Exactly.
So
as long as they can put 60, that's it.
So the only hope is that...
They got 41 senators.
The only hope is that every Democratic senator...
I think it is now.
The only hope is that every Democratic senator, including whatever power Barack Obama has with his vetoes, would stick together from now on as a tight group, voting the same way, and whatever Supreme Court, Democrat, liberal Democrat, or moderate Democrat Supreme Court judge, if everybody would work together as a unit
that's what the Republicans do best.
To block this Republican-controlled Congress, and that's the only hope. That's the only hope.
That's the only hope. But as far as the Congress now, the House wants to repeal the health care bill. Well, they can do that, but then when it gets to the Senate, it ain't going to happen because they don't have the votes in the Senate to bring it about.
Well, as far as health care goes...
If they had the votes in the Senate, Obama would veto it.
Right. Well, as far as health care goes...
So it's all just pomp and circumstances. It's just play.
Well, as far as the health care bill goes...
It had some problems. It should have been better.
Well,
public option.
Of course, they voted no to the public option right away. Even Democrats did, like Senators Dodd and Baucus voted no. But the thing is, this so-called affordable health care that was the proposal of Republicans, like the Weeper of the House, John Boehner, this affordable health care can only be had by mainstream America, the middle class or the poor, if they have a job. If they have a job to pay for it. You have to have a job.
Yes, there's a mandate in there that you have to pay for it.
You have to have a job first, a full-time job, a steady full-time job that has security to pay for this so-called affordable health care. Otherwise, you need the public option, like Canada and Europe. But of course, the Republicans don't have an answer to that, do they?
Well, they have an answer, all right. No.
Okay, no. So, what about if you're not an elitist?
Socialism.
If you're not an elitist, where do you go if you get sick?
They don't care.
If you die.
Get it through your head, people. They don't care.
But they care. They don't care if the little guy drops dead, because free market capitalist American hospitals and doctors won't take care of them. But they'll care if there's no consumer left alive to buy their products.
They do not think that far ahead.
Who's going to buy their products?
They do not think that far ahead.
If Americans are unemployed and everybody's going broke and ending up in the street because they have no place to live, how do they buy the products of the corporate America, the greedy corporate CEO, who in my opinion is a scumbag beyond scumbags, is the hidden enemy, a demon in disguise, the real demon, right? Would you say is a corporate American CEO?
Henry Ford said if he wanted to sell his cars, his workers had to make a decent living.
There you go.
So he paid them the highest amount of money at that time. He understood that. Today's corporations do not understand that. They understand gathering as much money as they can now. They are sitting right now on 1.4 or 2.4 trillion dollars, which they are not spending. They are not hiring. They're sitting on that money. That's why the economy has not taken off.
Yeah, well, take $1 trillion off the military, and you won't even hurt the military, and that'll help pay for the deficit, or help a lot of programs. Remember, folks, especially you people who voted Republican in November for the Republican Congress, Ronald Reagan, and now this is the real truth, Ronald Reagan is the one who cut the taxes from the rich and put the burden on the middle class and the poor in the form of consumption taxes and income taxes, and then, of course, Social Security taxes, and of course the property taxes go up on the middle class.
Well, because the states can't pay for this stuff, so...
States can't pay for it?
That's what happened. Under Ronald Reagan, it was called devolution. Devolution. Give everything to the states to do. Well, the states had to raise this money.
Oh, I remember that back in the 80s. Ronald Reagan kept on saying, besides privatization, which Republicans love, they want to turn everything over to the states and take it off the federal government so they can shrink the federal government down to nothing, so the rich don't have to pay any taxes at all, which they don't anyway because they have offshore tax havens. But the problem is that the states don't have the money to do any of this stuff, right?
So they had to find ways of raising money. Property taxes, income taxes, and sales taxes.
Well, you know what conservative Republican politicians like to say to the poor that can't find any help? They say, go to your churches and your family members.
They failed in the Great Depression.
Yeah, maybe your family members or the churches can find your place to live, or maybe one of your relatives you can borrow money off you and take you in. This is what banks say when they call a poor person that owes money on their credit card and has to go bankrupt. They say, oh, can't you ask one of your relatives to give you a loan to pay off your credit card? Now, why the fuck should you bother one of your relatives or your best friend? Fuck them. They write all that off, the banks. Anyway, here it is, the backbone of our organization, the brand new newsletter censored, called The Hidden Enemy, just came out, hot off the pancake griddle. You have the political analysis by the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman, PhD, called The Hidden Enemy, and then inside you have, well, this is a special treat. You have Health Talk by yours truly, James Piranha Madonna, and then followed by The God Project by the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman, a Doctor of Divinity, and he brought back the Christmas Lie because of, it was the end of 2010 when this was published. Okay, and then Sexuality, a Holistic Approach by William J. Eisenman, PhD. So this is the underground media. This discusses the taboos, the 5 taboos of American life: politics, religion, sex, health, and human sexuality. And once in a while you have tidbits, which is important headline current news topics. And this is the kind of information that most people are afraid to hear. Can you handle it? So the best way to be a part of this organization is to get your free annual subscription with your gift to support this work by going to www.newslettercensored.com. Read all the hard-hitting information there. Click on the printable order form, and with your gift to support this work, get your free annual subscription. Don't forget the paintings. Now, we'll catch you real soon from the Newsletter Censored Research Center in Northeastern New Jersey. Bye-bye. Say goodbye.
Hasta la vista.